flying tonight to Budapest. Hey guys, I actually think I'm a very crazy person. That's all I can say right now. Like, how is it that I'm Nigerian, I'm not Hungarian, and I choose to go and do my first physical book signing in Budapest? I am flying tonight to Budapest. I have a couple of other things that I'm doing there. I'm going for a workshop relating to work, and then on the Sunday, which is the weekend, I am doing a book signing. I think I'm bonkers. I woke up asking myself, who sent me a message? And then we reposted on LinkedIn because we have a new venue, which is a hotel conference room. And then the global head of business services at EPAM, who's Hungarian, reshares on his LinkedIn platform. What? All I ask God for is a sellout, an overpacked venue, and people to buy free books for students that we can distribute. This unsolicited help has changed my mind. I woke up nervous, I was gonna cry, but now I'm like, we're doing this. So let me show you guys how packed and ready I am. It's an autumn day in London. This is my personal stuff. This is all books. Hey, we're in Budapest. I feel so at home in this apartment. It's unbelievable. I think the last time we were here 2 years ago, same apartment. I've been here so many times. I stay in this same place. I filmed it. I don't think I ever edited that YouTube video or posted, but it is what it is. I'm gonna give you guys a quick room tour. Outside here, I'm literally opposite the lift, and when you walk in, there is this little hallway here. Hello. Hey, outfit of the day. And then you walk right into my living area. Guys, the balcony outside here is amazing. It's so long. It goes from my room to all the way there. The living room, and then the kitchen. I think one time I actually cooked here. And then the bedroom. This particular apartment, my friend and I stayed here in 2022. I remember this wall. If I send her a photo, it will bring her back memories. Because in the morning I just used to study my Bible from the balcony here. And then the bathroom that has a washing machine and dryer. Oopsies, what have I done? Yeah, that's the bathroom. It's got a dryer. I brought my own hair dryer. And there's got back top. I'm working tomorrow, so I'm probably not gonna pick up the camera. And then Saturday I'm chilling, and then we're doing a spa party on Saturday night with some other friends that have actually come in to Budapest, which should be fun. Oh, the aircon is blowing. And then on Sunday is the book signing. So if I don't pick up the camera again, you will see me Saturday or Sunday, but this is me signing out because the girl is happy, she's home. Hey guys, so what time is it now? It's 5 p.m. Budapest time, which is 6. I don't know, it's close of workshop day. I didn't even pick up the camera to do anything. A quick rundown on today. This is my outfit of the day, by the way. I'm wearing this Zara 2-piece set. And I've had a full day of workshop. Oh my God, the reception from my colleagues about my book has just been amazing. They're definitely going to show off on Sunday, which I'm excited about. Like the head of EPAM Systems, Hungary, came to congratulate me, took a photo holding my bookmark, and I'm just like, this is out of this world. Let me show you guys the bookmark, which you're probably going to see tomorrow. So everybody who gets a signed copy of my book gets this bookmark, which at the back has about the book, about me, and the QR code. So Norbert, if you ever watch this video, thank you so much. Yeah, my team has been very supportive. I try not to mix work with pleasure because my brain will explode, so I never bother, and that's why I didn't take physical copies of my book today, knowing that I was going to see some colleagues and some of them might not be able to come on Sunday. I just said, guys, if you can make it, come on Sunday. I'll sell the book to you, I'll sign the book to you for you, and if you can't, somebody can buy it on your behalf and you can refund them, and that's the only way, because see, my work is busy enough. So yeah, that's what we've done so far. We took lots of pictures, so if you're on my LinkedIn, you will see I'll put a day in Budapest, a work day in Budapest on LinkedIn at some point. Took a lot of photos, like funny ones, good ones, memories. I will talk to you guys again tomorrow, which is Saturday, which I will just be lazying about and probably go and check out the venue. And then on Sunday is the D-Day. So I'm trying not to go and check out the venue so that I don't go into overdrive trying to decorate. It's a hotel reception. We're just going to manage it like that. But the key for me is it's a nice venue. And I'm gonna meet people, I'm gonna have good conversations. And then on Sunday is the D-Day. I've got my outfit ready, my hair, I know what I'm going to do, but I'm overall very, very happy, both with coming back to Budapest, which feels like home for me, and then more so my first book signing. I think I'm less nervous now. I'm more excited to just see how Sunday will unfold. So wish me luck, because you're gonna watch this unfold together with me. So let me finish work now, and then I'll see you guys soon. Good morning. So today is Saturday the 7th, and I've just woken up, and of course the one thing I love to do, which I do very well during the week, is open my Bible, have a quiet time. And in not too distant time ago, I started asking the Spirit of God to help me do the same on the weekends, because I have structure in the week, and the weekends I just don't have structure. So this morning was one of those days where I was like, should I pick up the phone, chat to my sister, chat to my friends who are already here in Budapest, or should I just study? And I'm so grateful that I picked up my Bible. I used the Blue Letter app, by the way, and I was reading. I'm currently reading the book of Matthew, so reading the book of Matthew. And I studied this chapter yesterday. I was reading from 7 to 19, and today I thought I'll read 7 again, because I saw something in like verse 9, and I was like, I don't think I saw this yesterday. And my eyes fell on Matthew 11:15. He who has ears, let him hear. He who is vigilant, he who is sensitive. And then when I read the Bible text commentary, which is what I've learned from using the Blue Letter app Bible, I realized that this is something, a proverbial figure of speech that Jesus uses every time he labels something that's important. And this was the first time he was mentioning it in the book of Matthew. And that's the beginning of the Gospels, right? And we were already in chapter 11, and this is the first time.
This December, I want to show. Don't nothing sorry. Oh, baby, don't show me. I help
anybody. Hey guys, I've had a mindful day today, which has been really good. Really slow, really just doing what I need to do. A tiny bit of shopping of the things that I need, because yeah, we're in Budapest, why not? And I'm now going to check out the venue. That's where the books are and all the bookmark, and that's the display banner, aka A3 size frame. So now let's head out to go and check out the venue, and also leave the books at the hotel and kind of talk to somebody about the preparation tomorrow and how everything is going to go. So let's go. So we're at the venue. The front of the venue, my heart skips, I'm not gonna lie. When I walked in, I think it's cute. I like this chair here. This is, if I had a whole banner, it would be in front here. But I don't have it, so I will have a tiny frame just there. Hello, I'm Vivian. I have the event here tomorrow at 5.
Ah, the book.
The book signing. Ooh, can I please see the hall? The conference room. Sure. Thank you. Okay, you guys, we did it. Like, I walk into the venue, she turns the light on, and I'm like, wowzers! This is befitting of my first international, or even if it was local. Like, the standard of this hall, now I'm worried for London book signing, because people in London are going to be like, you did this for Budapest, please. What did you take us for? So let me show you guys when you walk in. Give me 1 second, let me flip the camera around. So this is, the reception is up there. But once you walk into the hall, this is what you get. This is the hall today, but they're going to rearrange it, of course, for more. And then this is how big it is. I was expecting 15 to 20 people, but at this point I think it's going to be more. They're going to move this table to there because that's going to be my signing table, and we're going to have something like this at the reception so people know where they're coming. We're going to have a projector somewhere. I don't know where it's going to be. I think I'm going to be standing here, so the projector is going to be somewhere that just projects this, what's in this frame here. And then this is how big, look how big the hall is. See, like, see massiveness. Let me do cartwheel if I can stomach it. Let me try cartwheel. See, let me run. Can you see how big? You see how big this is? Like, hey, God, this is the standard. My prayer now is that everybody that I've invited remembers and they show up tomorrow. So, prayer warriors, where are you people? Guys, something just happened. The same frame I brought all the way from London just fell. It's broken. It's broken. It is well. It is well. It is well. That's all I'm gonna say. I've come this far, and in the name of Jesus, tomorrow will be beyond all expectation. In Jesus' name. Amen. Good morning. The day we've all been waiting for is here, the 8th of September. The whole point of this vlog is today we have the book signing in a few hours, actually 6 hours and a couple minutes. I am dressed for the first half of my day, which is having brunch with some of my colleagues. But before I do that, I've got a couple of minutes to spare, and I've got all the books here. So what I'm going to try and do to reduce time spent during the book signing today is I'm going to sign most of the books so that I can add personal notes when I meet the people. So I'm going to try and position you guys here. This is the outfit of the day. As an author, I realized I didn't have a special pen. Sorry, you're a bit far. I realized I don't have a special pen, so I'm going to run to the shops to try and get this pen today. Book signing, let's sign some copies. Everybody that gets this book is going to get a bookmark, which gives them all the information about my book. So I'm going to sign the first book with you guys. I just have a word in my heart that I'm just going to write. Oh my God, it says Vivian Annie in white print. Okay, so I think I'm going to write with all my love, Viv. And I guess I need to sign. What's today? 8th of September 24, and I want to write Budapest. So that's what I've done here, and then the top will be the personal message to the individual. So that's the first book signed, and let's do this together. The bookmark is going here. There you have it.
Hello everybody, good evening. Thank you so much for coming out. My name is Yemi Michelle. I am usually based in London. I'm a growth consultant, but today I've got the pleasure of hosting today, and it's my pleasure. So today's going to be primarily a fireside chat with Vivian herself, talking about her journey and how she got started. Is it echoey? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's so good we've got 10 people in the room. Okay. So we're going to have about, say, 30 minutes or so of me asking her questions, and I'll open up the floor to Q&A for you guys to ask her questions. And then afterwards, we'll have a book signing left of where I'm standing. And then you can take post photos with her as well afterwards. Then we have an after party. If you have some time to stay for drinks, we're going to meet at the bar for drinks afterwards. So yeah, thank you so much. The objective for today is to give as much practical insights on how you can encourage diversity, especially for young career professionals in your teams, and help them grow through their career. I can maybe not use the mic. I don't think I need a mic, to be honest, if it's too much. So I should say this. Thank you again for coming. There's 3 ways you can support the course. In addition to you being here, there's 3 ways we really support Vivian today. The first one is to please follow her on all social. Ooh, she just leave it. Just leave it. You can please support her by following her on all of her socials. I'll put the links on to her socials on this. If you're not already following, please follow her and support her. The second way you can support Vivian today is if you please all get out your phones. Show me your phones. Show me your phones. Show me your phones. Show me your phones, people. Come on, come on, come on. If you open up your calendar for me, your phones. Open up your calendar. Right? And then go to the 4th of October for me. 4th of October, 5 p.m. Type on there, a reminder, leave a review for Vivian's book. And that's the link to leave a review. Time URL, Viv-review. So if you please just set a reminder for 5 p.m. On the 4th of October to leave a review, that would really help. Because then it will help more young professionals find the book. The book gets launched on that day formally, so it would be nice to have some reviews already waiting as the book gets launched. Thank you. And then the third way you can support her is if you're willing to donate the book to other young professionals to get started. You can please just go to a link on there. It is the bit.viv-book to purchase the book and donate it for others. It may ask you for a password. The password is VivNE, all lowercase. So if you please do one of those 3 things or all of those 3 things, it would be wonderful. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Okay, so without further ado, I'm just going to read Vivian's bio as we get her coming into the room shortly. So just to introduce, so Vivian is an accomplished HR professional and a career coach with over 2 decades of experience in industries like banking, telecommunications, and technology consulting. Originally from Nigeria, Vivian relocated to the UK in 2007, where she earned her master's degree in human resources and international business. She knows firsthand the unique challenges of navigating a corporate career as a first-generation immigrant. Driven by her passion for mentorship and personal growth, Vivian has distilled her extensive knowledge into this easy-to-read guide to help newcomers thrive in the corporate world. Her book has already made waves. If you don't know this already, the book ranked top, was a bestseller already in Amazon in the diversity and inclusion space, and also in the HR and personal development sections of Amazon. Vivian is an associate coach in the International Coach Federation and is dedicated to empowering professionals to reach their career goals, no matter where they start. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome Vivian Eni into the room. Welcome, Vivian. So good to have you. We decided not to do the mics because it's more intimate anyway, so it's beautiful. So, thank you for good to have you here, Vivian. So before we get started, we're going to do some audience participation just to get a sense of who we have in the room and make sure we pitch it at the right level, right? So, hands up. Is anybody here a first generation immigrant or first generation anything? First to go to uni, first to go start a corporate career? Show of hands. Any first generation immigrants? Exactly. So we're in the right room. Love it. Okay. Second question, just quickly. Has anyone actually had to navigate managing a multi-diverse or a cultural team, a multicultural team in their teams before? Yeah, sure, man. Amazing. We're in the right room, Vivian. Perfect. So let's get started then. So hopefully this conversation will give you a lot of insights as to how you could help drive inclusive leadership within your teams and drive career growth to support young career professionals. So let's get started with you. Can we start with, first of all, congratulations on the book.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Can we ask, what inspired you to write the book?
Show of hands if you're the first to do anything around you. First to go to uni, first to start a business, first to get a PhD. Show of hands. Okay. How easy, sorry.
What? First to study engineering or family, so that's cool.
How easy was it?
Not so easy.
I'm going to move my chair close to us so we can have a conversation.
Sounds good, let's do it.
Yeah. How easy was it to start and be the first?
Actually, got a better scenario for you. I was with the first set of engineering in my university. So it was difficult. We had to pave the way for everyone. We were the guinea pigs.
Yeah.
I said that today because we, you know, it was just a trial and error. It was the first of engineering.
Yeah.
One lecturer was taking three courses at the same time.
Figuring it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you. So that's what spurred me to write in the book, because when I finished first degree in Nigeria, my father thought it was a good idea to move to the UK to study. I then studied human resources management. I had no clue, and there was nobody around me who'd done HR, and so I had to figure this thing out. And when I look back where I'm at in my career, I have figured it out. I enjoy what I do. But I still hear a lot of people still figuring it out. So for me, what's more important to me is making sure that nobody has to go through that figure it out journey on their own, if I can just show them how to do it.
That's beautiful. So you blazed the trail and you now want to take people along with you on the journey.
Let's make it easier for the next people coming along.
Love it. Talk about sending the elevator down to take people up with you.
You said it better
That's
than me.
beautiful. That's beautiful. I love it. So if you think about your current role, how does the message in your book align to your day-to-day activities in your current role?
Whew. That's an interesting question, because my colleagues are here. They're from EPAM. Please just say hi. Exactly.
You can call her out just in case you're not doing it.
You see the reaction when I said I published the book from EPAM. I always got this like, how? And for me, it was more, there's a lot of things inside of all of us that we want to do. And sometimes it's relatability. Seeing someone who's done something they are passionate about gives me permission to do it. So if nothing else, I am grateful that I'm still in full-time employment whilst I did all of this, because there's so many talents in the company that I work for. We're super smart. I'm not bragging, but we're smart. And because we're smart, we're passionate. And sometimes we get swallowed up in the day job and the passion takes the back seat. So for me, the correlation is just giving people permission to do what they've always wanted to do in addition to having a day job.
Amazing. So you're walking the talk and actually showcasing what is possible. That's beautiful.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah, no. Would everybody agree with that? I think that's a fair thing, right? So you're role modeling what you're preaching as well. That's just fun. I think, especially these days, you have a lot of people that talk a lot of stuff, but actually showcase it. So it's good to see someone that's embodying what they're preaching. So well done. You talked about one of the obstacles that you're faced, right? So managing a corporate career and trying to write a book. And I think one of your colleagues like overheard a conversation like, I don't know how she get this to herself. She was writing a whole book and it didn't even come out in any meeting that she was writing a book. How did she do this? So we've got that question in the room. How did you balance writing a book, managing a corporate career, having a life? What obstacles did you face? How did you manage it?
Whoever asked that question, don't worry, you're not the only person. Everybody's asking me the same thing. Like, how could you keep it seeing that you're such an open book? Here is what it is. When it comes to my passion, because it's the first time I've done it, I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing. And so if I share, you might give me an amazing opinion that might become my blocker. So I go dogged in. I literally shut the world out and I go and do it. And I learn by doing. And once I've done it, I tell you about it. And then when you have an opinion, the foundation is already there, so there's no going back. So I would imagine if I got into a consortium and had conversations about people, what do you think about me writing a book? There'll be amazing encouragement, and I will probably be leaning towards writing an encyclopedia by that time. Because what I learned from my author journey is apparently authors never finish writing the book. I promise you, after the manuscript, I was like, there's this thing I didn't add. And my editor is like, let's just move on, you write it in book 2. So that's my approach to everything I do. I don't tell anybody. If you live in the same house with me, good luck, you'll be the most surprised, because I don't need to share unless I have to share. But the people that knew, so the people who edited the 1, 2, 3, 4, before I went to professional editing, they knew. But I thought to separate it because I'm quite engrossed with work. If I bring book writing, we'll all get too excited.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Well, still in seed. I think that's a whole lesson in of itself, right? So when you have a vision, it's still in seed form, it's important that you protect and you safeguard it. And so it gets to nurture and build some stability before you start to expose it to the world. So I think that's a valuable nugget.
And for me, it's only because I'm still figuring it out. I don't know it all. And I don't want the advice to become a blocker. So I just protected so that when it's out, we can then take direction and move on.
So how do you balance that? Because I see the wisdom in that protecting an idea when it's deceitful, but how do you balance it with the also seeking mentors? We're talking about early career people, right? So it's like, okay, I'm the first one to be an engineer in my family. This thing is new, it's novel.
Yeah.
I don't want to go out there and be shouting on the mountains about becoming an engineer, but people say, who gave you the right? Who gave you the audacity to even think that's possible? How do you manage that with then also seeking mentors? What's there a balance?
There is. I think when you're starting, what I've always done is when I'm starting a new trail, chances are the reason it's new and it's difficult or challenging for me is because nobody in my circle has done it. So I go and look for people who've done it. So that way I'm not stuck with the same people. I go and find authors, I think Tonya and I connected because he started writing articles on Medium and I was like, oh, so I can pick his brain. I remember I reached out to him and said, I'll keep reading because then I can pick his brain because I'm into trying to read more and do stuff more. But what he didn't know was I had the manuscript almost ready. So my tentacles start to pick out people who are already on the journey or accomplished on the journey who sometimes are not people within my circle. So that way I separate the two groups of people. Even in my circle, you guys will always support me, but you might not have written the book in the niche that I want to, so I want to find people who've done it.
That makes sense. Thank you for that. Let's talk about the book specifically then. Is there a specific quote or section of the book that you absolutely love and would like to share with us before we
I was signed a taxi a couple of minutes ago. That's not in the book, by the way. And I was trying to answer this question, and this part in chapter 1 said, don't worry, once you pay your money, you'll get the book. It's page, there's no page number 12. So this part in chapter 1 caught my attention, but I'll tell you my favorite quote. I wanted to share this part first. It says, remember, there's a huge difference in mindset between starting a career and looking for a job. Getting a job is a short-term goal, whilst establishing a career is a long-term one. Getting a job, however, is one of the many steps you take towards establishing a career, but it's not the first and only step. So when I talk to people and I coach people and we talk about what do you want to do, I want to get a job. There's a job everywhere, right? But do you want a career? Not everybody has to have a career, but if you want a career, there's two different mindsets and we can spend all day doing that. So I'll share my favorite quote again at the end because I started from the beginning. So let me run to the end of this book. This is something that rings true for me and it helps me constantly evolve because I don't necessarily think I will ever be the finished product whilst I'm still alive. So the last paragraph in the book says, and if there's one thing that I want to leave with you, it is this. Like I always say to myself, if something, there's different ways to get your career. Your father was a lawyer, you're stuck. Everybody in your family is a lawyer, you have to be a lawyer. Or you met this uncle from infancy stage, he's a lawyer, you just attracted to him. Right. There's so many ways, or you are told in this family we're lawyers. So in my family, we have multiple professions because I'm one of 26 children. And all of us grew up in the same house. So I watched lawyers, barristers. I was the only to-be doctor who disappointed 26-year-old. So I saw so many things, but I just liked the fact my parents were entrepreneurs and I liked money. So I just knew that I had to get a profession that pays money.
Yeah. No, thank you. Really appreciate the honesty as well. So I suppose thinking about the future landscape, especially like with the advent of technology and everything changing so rapidly. I imagine back in the day you could sit down and plot a whole 20-year career because you know that life is going to be relatively stable. But every other day, things are shifting so quickly, I think, in our current day. So what are your predictions for early career professionals? Like how do you see the landscape changing or evolving? Are they going to be jobs for early career people or are they all going to be automated away? As a young person wanting to get started, to your point about future-proofing, how can I future-proof my career from automation, AI, and tech smart people that are trying to get rid of all our jobs?
Those guys in that part of the room. Oh, this part of the room. Okay, so whatever you are good at, the gift that you were born with never grows old.
Right.
So the first future proof is find yourself in the place that's your gift. Relationship and communication, talking are two other gifts that, I don't know if everybody's a Christian here, I believe in God. So when God pushed me out of heaven, he said, go and talk and go and have relationships. So future proof with your gift can never grow old. So whatever you do, start from you, your why. The beginning of the book says start with your why. Why am I doing this? It works for me, it plays to my strength. So once you've done that, then pick an industry that interests you. Or the one you feel if you want money, the one where the money is going, so go and do it. I'll wrap this up by saying, AI is not going to take your jobs, the people that use AI will. Because AI is always going to need your guidance. It gets better as you teach it. It's a tool and a wonderful one. It's my best assistant. Like I don't pay for research. AI just gives it to me in seconds. So AI will take your jobs. People that use AI, doctors that use AI, HR that use AI, engineers that use AI will take the jobs of the future. So that's how to future-proof yourself. Play to your strengths.
No, I like that advice. I think that makes sense. So guys, I've got 2 more questions and I'm going to open up the floor to questions. Start thinking about those questions you want to ask. There's 2 more questions and I'll be opening up the floor. So, just back to you quickly again then. Given your personal and professional journey, what advice would you give to your younger self? So if you take yourself back to 20 years ago or 14 years ago? 17 years ago, when you first moved to the UK. What advice would you give to your younger self?
I would have, in terms of the relationships I built during my university degree, I would have taken myself out of my comfort zone. So, backstory, I relocated from Nigeria and I lived in Nigeria. I had this group of 10 friends. We all just came together and we stuck with each other. That was good, it was my comfort blanket. But I didn't know what else was happening outside of there. And then after a year, of course everyone grew arms and legs and spread out. And I had to start figuring it out, but I didn't have the crew to do it with me. I could have done that with my classmates.
Yeah.
So what would I advise myself? Just step out of your circle and go and make new friends because you get different exposure. I still am not pleased that I did not get a graduate job. I am not happy that I did not get a graduate role. I'll tell you why. It would have expedited my career. And I didn't get it because of my foolishness. In my little circle, we said graduate jobs were not for Nigerians. It sounds ridiculous, but I'll tell you why. We said the application was too long, there's too many questions, we're just lazy. So we don't think it's for us, but I have colleagues that got it because they bothered to put the effort.
Right.
So put the effort in. Don't just take the blanket, it's not for me. Because what took me 17 years, probably would have taken me 8. Imagine what I would have been doing in the last 9 years.
Fair enough. That's fair advice. And I suppose, what's next for you? What are your future plans, projects, anything you want to share with us?
Yeah, so there's going to be book reading. So we're signing today, we're not reading, but there's going to be actual book reading once people have the book. We're going to do the equivalent of this in London in 2 weeks. This book is actually one of 3 books. So it's a sequel. Book 1 is how, why, what should you do. So early careers and career transitions. Book 2 is you now have the career and you suddenly realize you're not the only star shining. How are you going to differentiate yourself in the workplace, get promotion and all of that good stuff. Book 3 is when you get to the point where you feel like you've hacked your career, you've done most of the things there is to do, you now start thinking about purpose. So that's to come, and hopefully in the next 2 years we'll probably have book 2 or book 3. But the immediate future, apart from work, is doing book signings, doing book tours, and just really talking to early careers and career transitioners so that they can build their dream careers.
That's good. Thank you so much, Vivian. This has been wonderful. I'm going to open up the floor now to questions. Just show of hands. First question, don't be shy. Ladies first.
First of all, I'm very happy seeing you in live and really impressive. Can't wait to read your book.
Thank you.
So my question is, during your life, not necessarily the book writing, did you face with like serious challenge or the moment when you felt that you have to take a new too big risk to do something, to change, or something like that. How did you get over that? Even if it's fear, even if it's like a blocker from outside or from yourself. Was there something like that, and how did you sort it out? How did you get over that to reach the point where you are now?
Thank you for that question. Sorry, I've lost your name.
Anita.
Anita, yes. Thank you, Anita. A couple of months ago, I finished the book manuscript and I started freaking out. I started freaking out because, and I did not know I was freaking out. I've heard so many things around imposter syndrome, and I'm one of those people that I'm like, it's not for me. I'm going to comfort. And I finished this book, and all I can think of doing is putting it under my mattress. How did I overcome that? I think it's still a journey, but I'm way in a better place now. Two things happened. I accepted that I was scared. What was I scared of? You see this name Vivian Eni? Professionally, I've guarded it with my heart because it's an equity that I can take to the bank. I built my career on blood, sweat, and tears. The last thing I want is for my name to be tarnished because the book was not good enough. It's not a representation of me. I would rather not publish a book and just have my name intact. So my LinkedIn recently, I'm quite open and having conversations together. I would rather not publish the book. Can you see how fear can be a deterrent factor? And then a friend of mine phones me up one day, and this is the second part. I'm vulnerable enough to ask for help. And she goes, how are you doing? And I bust out crying because she's edited the book when it was in article form. And she's like, what's going on? And I said, my name is going to be in front of the book. Now I've been told my face needs to be in it so people can relate to it from a distance. I don't know that I'm ready to be a book writer. She goes, you mean author? And even that scared me more. And then she said, okay, she let me cry. When I finished snotting, she goes, darling, unfortunately, anybody that writes a book is an author. I don't think you have a choice in this one. And do you know, I've never heard it like that before. And I was like, oh, so it's natural first. You guys, yes, it's the progression of publishing. It's like you get married, you're a Mrs. And I was like, oh. So I don't need to apply. She goes, no, you publish a book. So I think that was the point where I had to put on my big girl pants and say, let's roll with it. Let the critics come and let's do it. And I think that was the day I said, LinkedIn, let's tell you we're about to do something. And that's where my journey to being brave started, on LinkedIn. Great. Thank you.
So I got a couple of questions.
Let me drink water.
So it's a small text, right? But it has a big impact. The first generation migrant.
Absolutely.
And then being also a woman, and you mentioned imposter syndrome.
Yes.
I call it performance anxiety because my mentor told me
Okay.
take it out.
That's a good one.
Performance anxiety and not imposter syndrome.
Okay.
Have you experienced, so there's going to be sort of this intersectionality bias. How do you feel spaces where you feel like you are not meant to be, you know, just like, because someone says just go in there and feel space, like matters anything that occupies space. So how do you
Wait, I can occupy space.
So just go in there and occupy the spaces where you feel like you are not meant to be. So how do you navigate that? That's one question. Do you want to take this first or wait for the second one?
Let me take this first because that's literally my career journey. Nobody in HR, I'm a woman, I'm black. But my parents, you probably read it in the book, my parents did a fantastic job raising me as a man, which has its pros and cons because I have to start wearing heels to feel like a lady. So if you ever see me digressing into a man, you're like, oh, she was meant to be a man because she's a woman. So my parents didn't raise me gender focused, typical female. It was more as a child, I was put in front of TV whenever there was a female president, governor, that had a family, had a husband and children, and she was successful. So that's my vision of who a woman is from the age of 4. And I used to read newspapers and I would see all the stories. When I started to go into physical conferences, I remember one day I called my mom. This was 5 years into my career. I was contracting or consulting for the first time in this what do you call it? Countrywide project that's restructured for the government. And they take us into this hall and there's 170 of us to brief us for a whole day. I was the only black female. And for the first time, there were a few other female, because HR is quite a female-dominated profession. But I was the only black, so there was nobody that had my type of hair that I could go, hey, how are you? But because I don't see male or female, I was fine with the bits around the gender. But I kind of felt black for the first time, because this was at somewhere in Leicester. And so I left and I called my mom and I said, Mommy, I'm in this meeting and everybody I'm the only black female. And she goes, you mean human being? And I was like, no, black female. She didn't get it. She was like, what does black, what does female mean? So if I couldn't confide in my mother to say I feel like I'm on the back foot, I just left it there. And I think from that day, I just said humans. So whenever I went into a space, I knew what I was in there for. Am I giving or am I receiving or am I helping? I'm either giving knowledge or receiving knowledge or helping the meeting. So I just ask myself, what is my role? And I just go in there and fill my role because there's always a role for me. I can see you nodding, that helps?
Yeah.
Okay, question 2.
So we've had this random interaction. And it's great because that's our.
Do you want to tell them how we met?
We yesterday, Friday night, we were just walking in the street and she was talking with some other colleagues and we just said hi. No, she said hi first. And we just said hi and then just this random interaction and we found out we were Nigerians and then the whole conversation. And I felt bad for the other colleagues because we just let them go to the front and then we interact. And that's really our personality. It's like I met this guy randomly on the street here in Budapest as well. So
can I ask the guy smiling here? Does that surprise you about me? Okay.
So I know your personality.
My colleagues are not surprised. That's a good sign. I'm the same person.
So this question it wouldn't come. It's a natural thing to you.
Yeah.
But what would you what would be your advice to other people? How can they leverage networking? Being okay to just talk to somebody. How can they leverage that to build a corporate career?
Ooh. The first response in my head is totally on PC and she's recording, so I won't say that. But what do you mean?
That's the recording.
I'm not going to say it. If you have a need, the least of your problem really is your fear. Do you see what I mean? Like, I talk to people in jobs and they're like, I want to get promoted. And you're worried what the person will think. Can you please go and ask the person that's going to help you? So the least of your problem is your barrier. That's how I think. Like, I wanted to write a book. It got to transcript finishing for me to think of imposter syndrome. So the least of my problem is how people receive it. My purpose for the 16 months it took to get to manuscript was, I need to get this thing from my stomach into paper. So how would you do it? Nike already said just do it. But start from where you're comfortable, but really push yourself. Because I don't think any of us ever got to where we wanted to get to by doing the things that were comfortable with us. Is this comfortable for me? Talking is. But you guys came to... Yeah. So in the last 3 days, I've laughed, cried, screamed, prayed. And I'm going to be doing all of that for the next 3 months.
Yeah, I think you also kind of touched on it as well when you talked about the grad job and the entry job. She talked about how one of the key reasons she didn't get the grad career was she was surrounded by her comfort zone. But with the book, what she did differently, and I'm sorry, I think that's my phone that's going off my alarm, I'm sorry, apologize. It's my daily alarm there, what's turning off. One of the things you mentioned was when you came to getting the grad job, you prioritized your comfort over your future. But when it came to writing the book, it felt like your future had a bigger pull than your comfort. It was more of a case of, hey, who is currently on my next level, writing Medium articles, already published books that can be my coach, and making sure those people become the voices that I'm prioritizing in this season over and beyond my comfort zone people. I think that's kind of, something that she touched on previously. So I thought that was two potential answers from that point, right? I don't know if that answers the question, right? So
Yeah, it's just do it. So don't be scared.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
few.
No, it's not.
But
Just,
also
you
surround
are going
yourself
to be
on-
scared. You got to be ready to be scared. Africa in one region of the world, everybody might know. So there was 20 critiquing, and sometimes I get some critique and I'll be like, but then it's the fear, it's the feeling exposed, that's fine. As long as I recognize it's fear, it's nerves, you keep coming until it becomes me. Yeah, so you're gonna have to be afraid. I'm scared right now, but I can.
Great questions. I love it.
Yeah, I feel like I've drilled you enough. I will let you go.
Come on, future target. Yes, please, sir. Go for it. Love
I
it.
have multiple questions.
Wow.
I'm gonna train fast.
Can I take your name first, please, sir?
Toto.
Toto. Well done. I like how please go for it.
Do you have where you make kids books?
Oh my God, now
The pressure is
I'm
on.
feeling exclusive right now. I should be more inclusive. That's a good question. No, I don't. See, he's just stopped smiling. I'm really sorry. But I'm going to see if, that's a good suggestion. I'm going to see if there's a kid's equivalent of this book or what I'm trying to do. And then I'm going to try and collaborate with the person so that when I get this kind of question, I can go, that's the person that wrote it. So thank you for giving me a task to do.
That's a great question, Toto. Well done.
The next question, in your book.
Wow, he crosses his legs. Let me cross mine too.
In your book, are there pictures?
No. And this book is not kids friendly, is it? No, so they're all, but I'll tell you what is useful in this book. Because I'm a coach, there are no pictures, but at the end of each chapter, I don't want people to replicate what I've done because all the readers are not going to be in HR as a profession or a coach or anything remotely related to microbiology that I have in my first degree. However, everybody can benefit from coaching. So as a coach, I have detailed questions at the end of each book. And I tell you to put the book down, grab a pen and paper because I'm still very old school, and answer the questions for yourself. So that's a practical thing to do. At the end of the book, in case my story and my journey didn't help you, you answering your questions, you still find it challenging, I have other professionals at the end who I interviewed who will share their career journey as well. So hopefully you have 3 different angles to be able to get the book to stick and help you. So no pictures, but they are practical exercises that people can do.
Okay, I don't have any more questions.
I think we need a round of applause. You should come to all my book signing and everything.
Well done, Toto.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any more questions? Let's take 2 more questions and we'll wrap up. 2 more questions? Yeah, please go.
So we touched upon networking, and I was curious whether you have, it's easy to start a conversation with new people. I mean, I suppose for you it's easy and it's easy to start. But do you have any tactic to create genuine connections with people? Like how do you make that conversation into a meaningful relationship in the future? Probably not all connections, all meetings can be that, but do you have a tactic on how to direct it that way?
Thank you, Anna. That's a very good question. I believe everyone has a gift, which means we all have something to give. I build relationships based on servant leadership. So I want to serve you. And then if the relationship kicks off, then it goes wherever it needs to go. The challenge when people go into networking, I talk about it in the book, my mentoring misfire. I can't tell you the story, it would take a whole day, but it was ridiculous. When I think about it now, like, why did you do that? But the challenge I see with people is, because you have a goal in mind, you literally lead with the goal. How would you feel, Anna, if I rocked up to you the first time I meet you or we get connected, conference, walk, whatever, and all I have to offer is the 5 questions I need your help with?
working out great.
That's exactly how it is. But if I meet you where you're at as a human, get to find out what you like doing, what interests you, what's your journey, and eventually as life progresses, I listen to you and you actually articulate a need that I can help you with, how would you feel if I came back telling you, you know, you mentioned this while we were talking. Have you tried this, this, and this? How would that make you feel?
A bit better.
Would you
more genuine?
Would you then consider me potentially someone you could build something, acquaintances, or put me in your outer network in the future?
For sure. But do you always go into conversations with a goal in your mind?
No, some of it are very casual, but when it's a networking context where someone's put us together for a purpose or we're in quote-unquote networking meeting, I do that. So I go in knowing what I know, but always knowing that people have needs, so I would listen. I think coaching helped me because a lot of my colleagues know that I talk a lot, but coaching built my listening skills. So I would hear you, and then if I have a solution, best believe I'm going to tell you. And I talk about reverse mentoring in the book as well, even for mentors, even for business leaders, for all of us that have business leaders in our network. They don't know it all. It's as basic as you're good with social media because you're of social media generation. Your business leader has no clue. Have you thought about asking them, how can I help you be more visible? How can I help improve your brand on social media? They would say, yes, thank you. Whereas what you might need is, I want to progress in my career so I can be like you in the future. What do I need to do?
Great question, Anna. Thank you. Tony, last question.
You said you got some pressure in terms of the title.
Yes.
I'm just thinking, did you get pressure for the second line about migrants, just with the current environment towards migrants, and maybe the book will fly on the shelves a lot more if it's written in more general form? Did you get that kind of pressure to have it in a more general format?
That's a good question, Tony. I was quite scared of that one. And now, because this is a new journey for me, my litmus test for doing anything is when I'm scared. So if I don't feel uncomfortable, I'm not going to do it. But when I feel uncomfortable, like book signing in Budapest, it was 3 people that said bring books, and I was like, we're having an event. And it scared the life out of me. Give yourself a round of applause. Thank you. So that scared me when someone suggested it. And I thought, why does this scare me? I'm uncomfortable. Why am I uncomfortable? I'm a first generation migrant, so what's the problem here? So I wanted to label what the book is about. It's how to build a career, but what's the perspective? And then once I put that perspective in, I started getting people say, actually, the title should be Lessons from a First Generation Migrant, How to Build a Career. So anyhow you flip it, that line needs to be there. And I think that line was what drove me putting my face in front of it. So that from a distance, you can see she's African.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Great questions, guys. I love it. Thank you for the engagement. So as we start to conclude, Vivian, let's do some quick fire round questions. So,
As if I'm not sweating enough, guys.
So first of all, let's start with your confidence. What's the first thing you do when you start in a new job?
Ask my boss why he hired me. Reason being, I need to play to that as a strength for the first 90 days because he saw something in me. So I asked him, why did you hire me? What differentiated me from the others? And I played to that.
And what's your go-to power outfit for a sporting meeting?
An outfit that I look at and it makes me smile. I like bright colors.
Okay. And if you could pick who's been your best mentor, best career advice that you've received to date?
A lot of people that don't know they've been mentoring me. Michelle Obama, Oprah Winfrey, my friends in my support group, True Women, MLB leaders, my sister, my mother. My mother. Yes, my mother.
Beautiful. No, thank you so much, Vivian. This has been so beautiful hearing your insights, especially from a first generation migrant. I think it's so needed as well in this day and age, right? Because I think one of the challenges that we have as first generation migrants, when you come in, you don't even know where to start, right?
Yeah.
You end up sticking with your own people, And what you end up doing is building your home country in a new country, and then you wonder why you're not getting new experiences. It's like, surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
Spread out and
Yeah.
go check other things out. So thank you so much. It was very powerful hearing your story. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again so much for being a fantastic audience and for coming out on a Sunday. Like, we're so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So to wrap up, I want to wrap up how I started. There are 3 ways that you can support this cause even more, right? As I said, it's very important to encourage diversity, especially any career diversity. The 3 ways you can encourage this cause and continue to support the vision. The first way is, if you're not already doing so, please follow Vivian on all of our socials. It's all listed on there. So please get on your phone and follow, please. Secondly, if you didn't do this already when we did it the first time, please bring up your phone now for me. Sorry, I don't think you did it because we're not here. Please bring up your phone for me and open up your calendar app for me, please. And you go to the 4th of October on your calendar. Ma'am, also welcome. Good to have you. Just please open up your calendar to the 4th of October, 5 p.m. And set a reminder that says leave a review for Vivian's book. Please, at 5 p.m. And that's the link on there to leave a review. Just go into Amazon and just leave a review. Because here's why. The book's going to be officially launched on the 4th of October, and by you leaving a review means that more early career professionals find the book and they can leverage the resources and all the valuable nuggets of information on there. So please, let's support the next generation and send the elevator down by leaving a review. And then third, if you would like to donate the book to any early career professionals in your network, you should please go to that link again on there where it says buy book. So go on there, and then the last part, password. The password is Vivian Any, all one word, all lowercase, and you can go on there and donate the book. Would you like to add anything else to that? Bye.
Yes, you said it all. Thank you very much. Can we just give Yemi a round of applause, please? She has a flight to catch. Another round of applause. So, final words. I want to thank my boss at work, Zoltan. Zoltan Singh is the reason why Budapest has a place in my heart. When I started at EPAM, he sent me here for a 1-week course, onboarding program. And of course I spent 2 weeks because I took a holiday out of it. And I just fell in love with Budapest. So when I was coming back here again for a day, what transpired into a book reading, and I realized my book could be available, it feels like a full circle moment for me. That I can come back here, do a day of work, have a weekend, and then do a first book signing. So I want to give credit to him because he's Hungarian, and I remember him saying to me, all the best for our Sunday. And it means a lot to me because Budapest is officially my second home. You guys better give me the passport. And then please buy all the books. Take 5 each home because I ain't taking those to London. Thank you very much.
No, thank you so much, guys. Thank you. It's such a pleasure having you here. So to Vivian's point, please buy the books. To make the payment, you can make it via PayPal. You see the link that says buy book? Just type in your phone bit.ly /VE-book. And it'll take you to the PayPal link to just make the payment for the book. Thank you again so much for coming out. So what's going to happen now next is, when you came in, you were given a number. So we're going to do the book signing in the order you came in. So number 1 to 5, just please get in the line to the left of me where I'm standing. And Vivian will be sat there.
Hey guys, it will be silly for me to finish this vlog with just the event yesterday and not close it properly. So I wanted to quickly close this properly. So yesterday was a lot of hugs, a lot of stories, just listening to the stories of people. After I did my own talk about my journey, it just gave everyone opportunity to start sharing their own journey, and it was inspiring to hear. I think I definitely got more out of this book launch or signing than everybody else. I am now ready to go back to London, and I'm excited for all the book signings and book readings that are to come. I've got a denim to put on top of this for when I get to London because it gotta get cold. But I am at Budapest airport now. I think my gate will show in 5 minutes. I am ready to go home. I had a massage this afternoon at a place called Thai Massage in downtown Budapest, near Budapest City Hotel. Totally recommend them. I am very happy. The frame that broke, that I cried about, the hotel made a bigger one. So I have a bigger one that I'm taking home with me. This is new. This is a new jump denim jacket that I got on this trip. And that's my suitcase. So I'm gonna sign off, and I want to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this, and if you guys want me to do more vlogs about my book signing journey, then like this video, share this video, leave a comment, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.